some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face? In my face, in my face, in my face, in my face. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more?
Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wildcard Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this to the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Lawrence changing the play. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 4. Right back to Spears. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Gabriel, the man in motion. On 3rd down, here's Spears. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A lot depending on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the 1st down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Now a run. Here's the 1st-round pick from April's draft. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Bernard, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9. Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here. And here's a give to Spears. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 14. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now, looks like they'll move things around here. Spears is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Gabriel, the man in motion. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Sentinels will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That is caught by Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Spears with another carry. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now Lawrence. This pass out wide to Hall. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Now Lawrence to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Again, it's Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Sam Laporta, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Brian Thomas, 71 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Now Lawrence going to move him around a bit. They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out right. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2nd and 7. And now they'll audible to something else. Here's Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 3rd and 9 here. Now back to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They just keep trying, but so far, you're finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. 2nd down and a yard. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, 65 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Hand off to Spears. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. They'll look to throw here. Uncorks one for Davis. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Lawrence, and maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Fighting through. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Lawrence will throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a second and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's complete to Laporta. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They call his number again. It's his sixth catch and a first down. Now Lawrence now going to move him around. Back to throw now on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 40 yards. And the Jets are going to take the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Spears. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Rodgers, the tight end, in motion here. Throw complete there, Rodgers. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And fights through one man. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw again on second down.
Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
On first down, Kramer. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Sentinels take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Now Lawrence changing the play. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mason. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
From midfield now, Lawrence. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up second down. They'll look to throw again.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
He's got Mason complete. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence.
He finds his man complete. That's Mason.
And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you will here without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Hall again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they will take a 7-point lead. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Now Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Jets have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
I think they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Second and 9.
Gabriel, the man in motion. 2nd and 9 now. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Here's a run by Spears. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run with Spears.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Tyjae Spears.
A 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Sentinels have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. And the tight end goes in motion left.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now Lawrence.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence will try again after the pick six.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's Lawrence.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. Now Lawrence going to move him around a bit.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
And the crowd a major factor now. Here's 3rd down. Throwing now, Lawrence. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Kramer.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. And now a run with Spears.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3.
They'll try and run for it. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
So a big decision there to go on fourth down. Gets him not only the first, but gets him the touchdown as well.
And Brandon, you and I know that all these coaches tell us if every play is executed the way it's designed, it goes for a touchdown. But let's be honest, they were shooting for the first down on that one, and boy, were they fortunate to take it all the way in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. That is caught by Laporta. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Just a critical breakdown defensively turns this into a huge play. And now you've got to get up to the ball and get moving.
Lawrence.
His pass caught at the 4. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Spears. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 3rd down, Spears. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And we have free football. Overtime, here we go.
Well, plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming. On third down, Spears. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And they'll send out their punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now Lawrence now going to move them around. From the 36, Lawrence. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to them. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And now they'll shift things around. Lawrence. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
With the dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
But to throw again is Lawrence. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Lawrence will throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And he's got it.
And the Jets are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved.
Remember, all they need is a field goal here, but the offense still on the field, first and goal. Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Brandon, I go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only second down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for third. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's third down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing third and goal. They'll look to run with Hall.
And he's going to score. It's a touchdown. No flags. And in an overtime thriller, they are moving on in the playoff.
No rest. They get to keep playing.
The Jets advance to the next round as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.